One of my closest friends was shot down at one of the security forces barrier with no fault of his, but asking for freedom, of political freedom. He was father to 2 children, and now they are, orphans.
My own brother was killed, and several members of my family also lost their lives.
She was very close to where the bomb went off. When they did find her, they weren't able to recognise her immediately because of the extent of her injuries.
My name is Amro. I'm a member of Amnesty International. We campaign for human rights. I come from Syria. Many of my friends been arrested, tortured in prisons. I experienced myself the human rights violations going on in my country. It's a daily stories about people who've been killed or tortured or kidnapped for just not fault of their own. Weapons has been smuggled to the country or imported by the regime. I'm saddened by what's going on there. I hope that we could put a stop of using weapons against innocent civilian people.
My name is James Fala Williams, and I come from Sierra Leone. I'm a human rights activist. My community was absolutely devastated. The Sierra Leone government has spent about $5 million to buy arms. That is very, very worrying, not only for Sierra Leoneans, but also for the international community. Machetes were sold for 50p on the streets of Freetown, and also you could buy AK-47 for $5. So, I mean, you do the math. As a government that has just, been freed from conflict, buying £5 million worth of arms and ammunition, to be used against its own people is absolutely shocking, and I believe that it should be stopped.
My name's Diane, and I grew up in Northern Ireland. My aunt was in the Omagh bomb, which killed 29 people. She recovered from her injuries, but she was left with she couldn't use her arm, she had a big depression in the side of her head, and she had shrapnel in her spine which they couldn't remove, so she died 2 years later. The impact on the families is just devastating.
If only this government or any other government that is involved in it were to stop this trade, or sort of reduce it in a way that will have a significant impact on the economic and political lives of people, that will make a significant difference. I support the International Arms Trade Treaty. It will make a significant impact in the lives of our communities.
The current arms trade is not bulletproof, is not strong enough to prevent arms being sold or smuggled or being delivered. If there was a global stand against selling of arms and there is a strong bulletproof arms trade treaty, then we could stop people to get those arms and use them against children and women. I support the arms treaty campaign with all I have. I think it's very important. I think it's the right time for it. It's very important to get it done, get it bulletproof. But I think my opinion is that all countries should stand together and commit to this treaty.
The problem with the arms trade at the moment is that it just seems much too easy for bombs and bullets to get into the hands of terrorists. I think it's time that we called on world leaders to introduce a really robust and really meaningful treaty to stop this happening.
I'm Lucy Powell, and I'm here to support the Oxfam and Amnesty campaign for the Arms Trade Treaty.
I'm here at Manchester Museum because I want to give my strongest possible support to the Amnesty and Oxfam campaign for an arms trade treaty internationally that will make a real difference and that will stop the destruction of human lives that comes very often from the trade in small arms, the immoral trade in small arms. And we need the strongest possible voice in the negotiating table by the British Prime Minister and the British government, so that we're leading opinion around the world and we get that treaty that will save lives.